Hello, everybody. Welcome along to the afternoon rabble. This manager situation's doing my nutting. It's really doing my nutting. And thankfully, I've got two people with me who can talk, who can I can maybe just stay silent because it is literally, not figuratively, literally doing my nutting. No excuses, Lyndon. Don't start on me, right? I'm not in a good mood, so don't start on me, right? That's all I'm saying. Alex, how are you doing, mate?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. I'm good. I don't think I'm in as good a mood as you. To be fair, this is just everybody's not at this point. It's how much can we actually take before we just get tipped over the edge of the next Rangers manager? At this point, just give it to anybody. Just go hire somebody off the street because we're going round in circles now.
Just bring Barry back.
As you bring him back, why not?
Demi, I've already asked you this in the morning, Rabble, but how are you?
Yeah, I'm all right, thanks. I'm all right.
Good. Right, okay. Alex, mate. Guillaume Balaguer's doing my nutting. So he is. Right.
Who's doing your nothing?
First of all, what was that?
Who's doing your nothing?
Guillaume Balaguer.
Oh, right, okay, aye.
What did you think I said?
Leon Balogun? I was like, what?
That's what I thought you said this morning as well. That's why I asked you to repeat it this morning.
What?
Right, okay, fair enough. Okay. Guillaume Balaguer.
Aye.
Is doing my nutting, Alex. Last week or the week before or whatever it was, Ancelotti's going to be the next Rangers manager, and then that went quiet, and now he's all over Twitter again. Apparently, Ancelotti's got another interview, Alex.
Just seems like we're just going round and round in circles. I mean, at one point we've all seen the tweet from Fabrizio Romano saying that it was going to be Russell Martin. Here we go, all confirmed.
He's doing my nutting, I know.
And then that's gone quiet as well. I mean, for the one man that you'd expect, if he comes out with a bit of news, it's like nailed on, guaranteed. And then all of a sudden it's gone quiet again. The interviews are still going. So you just need to... The patience is gone. I was going to say we need to be patient, but it's just gone. At this point, I can't stress how much it's actually doing or nothing. We all thought that the takeover would still be being discussed, and now that's done and dusted, and we're still sitting here with no manager. They said it would be in the coming days. Well, we're now on Wednesday, and we're still no closer. They're still doing interviews. They've obviously not made their mind up on who they want as the manager, or neither man wants to actually take the job, and they're just getting interviewed for the sake of it. Just get to the pair of them. Let them both be manager. They can co-manage the team at this point.
I know. Do you know what? Scott Hammond makes a great point, Demi. We all wanted the leaks to stop. Maybe we were wrong. Maybe we should just keep having the leaks.
I mean, look, I think the leaks are almost making it worse, because you get excited and then you're like, oh, it's near enough. Like like the tweets are saying from reliable people, oh, it's dead on. So then you get excited and you prepare for an announcement to come, and then it kind of passes and you're just back to where you were a month ago with not actually knowing it's between quite a few. So yeah, I mean, it would almost be better if the leaks did just stop, because it would be, we wouldn't have the whole excitement and then the disappointment of it not happening, and then the re-excitement, and yeah, it would be better if it was. I would almost prefer if it was just radio silence on the matter until they confirmed who it was. But unfortunately, in this day and age, that's never going to happen.
Re-excitement. Re-excitement and Rangers. I don't think that's two words that go together. To be brutally honest with you. I've been asking this for a few days, Alex. Excuse me. I just had my lunch there. Do you know what I had for lunch?
A sandwich.
No.
A curry.
No. Packet of salt and vinegar squares. Right. A fudge. Right. And a dairy milk slim bar. Just to be healthy.
Was the slim bar last just to make you feel healthy, or did you go with that first?
No, I went with that first just to get it out of the road so I could get to the good stuff. Yeah, that's why I'm coughing, because look, I'm going to just completely go against everything I just said in the first 5 minutes, Alex. Are we being a bit too hasty here? Right? Because I'm listening, I'm looking at the comments, and I'm listening to myself, and I'm thinking to myself, wait a minute, are we just being a wee bit too unreasonable here?
Listen, I get that they have to do interviews to fund a manager, but see, when they're doing How many rounds are we talking now? There must be into like round 8 of interviews. Is this like, right, listen, you've not been successful this time, but we'll get you back next week and we'll see how we feel. Right, you've not been successful. We'll get you back. Go and read your notes. You've made a wee mistake there. Come back, because that's what it feels like at this point. Yeah, we can be hasty, but I think I'd rather be hearing the rumours of players we're signing and already have a manager rather than sitting at this point and going, well, the takeover's complete. They said that their first priority was getting a manager in, and we're still sitting here managerless now. All the boys in the chat are saying that they think it'll be Friday. That's when we'll get the chat. Well, is it going to be another round of interviews on Thursday, and then we can get a final deliberation on Friday, and that's how we're going to get our manager? Because it's just going round and round in circles, Martin, and nobody seems to have any clue. You can see all the Rangers fan media stating this is who it's going to be, this is confirmed, and then the club come out with nothing. So the club are not saying a word to actually give the fans anything. It's just all speculation. Yes, there's accounts that maybe got somebody on the inside saying this is what's happening, but realistically, nobody has a clue apart from the club, and the two managers have a clue what's going on. And I think that's probably what's winding the fans up more than anything, because the club hasn't come out and said anything.
Are you surprised, Demi, that the support are so against Martin? Which feels weird saying it like that, because that's my name, right? Are you surprised that they're so against Martin but so up for Ancelotti?
I mean, I can't, now that I know how he plays football, I can't say I'm overly surprised, that a lot of the fans don't want Martin. I mean, his style of play seems to be, the same that we've tried and failed at for the past 4 or 5 years. So yeah, I mean, I can't say that I'm too surprised that fans don't want him. And I mean, Ancelotti, I've seen a mixed opinion from the fans. Half of the fans are really, really excited, and the other half are a bit optimistic. Because he's not done it on his own. I mean, obviously he's had a great leader, in his dad, but I can understand where the fans are also coming from, where it's a gamble because it would be his first gig on his own, and an appointment that we have to get right. I don't think this is going to be, like previous managers where it's like we'll give them they come in mid-season and it's like, oh, we'll give them a couple windows and they've got time to get it right. I think this manager has to get it right from day dot. So, I can understand the fans being excited for it because of who it is, but I can also understand the fans who are a bit optimistic about it because he's never done it on his own.
Yeah. And I don't know who Lyndon's talking about here. I don't know if he's talking about me or he's talking about Russell Martin, saying Martin out. He's not even got a job yet.
Maybe he knows something we don't.
And Lyndon's after him. Alex, I seen a really, really good point today on Twitter, which it's not normally a sentence that you put together, but I did see a very, very good point. It was Martin Ramsey, actually, for Heart and Hand, and he said, the last few managers we've got in are managers that the fans wanted and that the fans were screaming for, and that the fans were so vociferous in their opinion that was the man who was the next guy, and etc. etc. Well, they all failed, right? I was happy when Beale came in. I was very happy when Gio came in. I know that's the wrong way around, but you get what I mean. Clement, I didn't know anything about. Barry's Barry. So maybe, just maybe, we don't know what we're talking about.
I mean, it's probably a great point that with the amount of managers we've wanted in, and we've got them in and they've failed, and it's not like they've took a while to fail. Beale failed almost instantly. Clement gave us a timeline that he was going to succeed and never lived up to it. Bottled a league when he came in. Barry's home record was an absolute shambles at the club. The only one you could probably feel for was Giovanni Van Bronckhorst. He actually got a bit of a hard time. He got sacked after 2 games, which was a bit wrong. But I think you're spot on when you say that we probably don't know what we're talking about in terms of, well, they're doing this many interviews. They probably want to get the right man. I just don't like the style of play that Russell Martin plays. The only issue is we don't know what Ancelotti's style of play is. Is he going to take his dad's style of play? Is he going to incorporate his own? Because right now, I don't think these players know how to play a different style of, let's go side to side, hoof it in the box, and hopefully one of our small strikers will get on the ball. And if that doesn't work right, we'll try that again. So yeah, we probably don't know what we're talking about, but I think it's just getting to the point where we just want somebody in. Do you know that way? We want them in, but both managers, I'd say Russell Martin more than David Ancelotti. He's not going to get a lot of time. Either of them, they're going to get, after a few bad losses, or even the first loss, people are going to turn on them and want them out because they'll come back with the criticism of, I didn't want him in the first place, so that's why. Look at the result, we need to get him out, and that's never going to be a good way to operate. So maybe the club's trying to mitigate against that and getting a good background staff as well, a good team for the dugout, not just the manager, and maybe that's what's holding up the process as well, that they can't get the background staff as well as the manager.
Well, I mean, I would like to hope so. That's the thing that's holding it up, and it's not that they've not got a clue who they want to go for, to be brutally honest with you. But Demi, this comment, where is it? William, this style of play thing is a lot of shite. Right. Now, apologies for swearing in the afternoon. Right? But I think he's got a point, Demi, right? I was asked by one of our Patreon members, would you go back to the Walter Smith style? I know you're too young to remember the first Walter Smith style, right? But the Walter Smith style of soaking up the pressure, not playing that well and scoring the odd goal and winning games 1-0. But what comes with that comes with winning leagues. Does the style of play really matter that much?
I mean, no, look, the your main target of a game is to win it, whether it's pretty or not. You need to win it and get points from the table, My only concern with us going back to, sort of that style of play is I don't remember the last time we had, that kind of relies on a striker who will score more times than not in the box. And I can't remember the last time we had a striker who scored more. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't remember the last time we had a striker who, took more chances than they missed. So, it's not even so much about the style of play.
I don't think any striker in world football does that.
No, but you know what I mean? Like, at the minute we're collectively as a team, we'll have 25 shots on target and we'll score 1 goal. Playing that style of football, you're probably not going to get 25 shots on target. So you're going to get 3, and then you're relying on one of those going in the back of the net, So I think it's not so much the style of play, it's the players. But I mean, if you can get a striker who, can score consistently, home, away, under pressure, not under pressure, that style of play would work. But with the current squad that we've got, I don't see that working.
Do we already have a player like that at the team, Alex?
Big CD9, the main man himself is our top man, obviously the league's top goal scorer. So we've got big CD9. Yes, he obviously misses a few chances, but I do get Demi's point when you're saying that if we're not getting many opportunities, and if he's not going to take his opportunity, we're going to struggle. But he did finish the league's top goal scorer, so you have got CD9 there to back us up. But that's playing a completely different style of football to what you've described. We have got more in possession, we've got more opportunities to score, we've got a lot more players in the box. Whereas if we're playing this possession, let the team have the ball and try to build up, then yeah, it's probably a bit more difficult. But right now we've got a man that can score with, I don't know what his conversion rate was, but I'm guessing it was pretty poor. But he still got us 50 goals over 2 seasons. We've not had that for a long, long time.
And he did score the most goals in the league this season as well.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me, that's my lunch coming back up
there. For the record, that was not a dig at Cyril Dessers. I really like.
Oh, that was a dig at Dessers, and you know it was a dig at Dessers.
Ask my father; he will tell you I always defend Cyril Dessers. That was not a dig at Dessers. It was just a point.
Who else could you have been talking about, Demi?
Danilo.
I just mean in general, like.
No. What you meant was Dessers is useless. I don't like him. I don't want him at a football club. I hate Dessers. I hate him.
No, Dad will tell you I'm always the first to defend Cyril Dessers.
Well, you didn't defend him there, and you've just slated him on a live show on YouTube.
I did not name names, thank you.
You don't need any names, Alex, does she? We know exactly what she means.
They were talking about there. We're talking about big CD9
Thank
there.
you. Thank you. Dad has backed me up.
I think it's terrible, Demi. I think coming on a public show with thousands of people watching and you're slagging Dessers. Absolutely shocking behaviour.
Not specifically.
The trying Scotsman has became a CEO member. Thank you very much. to the Trying Scotsman for all the support. And Taza Mori, who's been a member for a month, fans moaning about Martin's win percentage. Areola,
Mhm.
Alex?
Yeah, Areola, yeah.
Has a 39% in his career. I don't know who that is.
Bournemouth manager.
Oh, right. Okay. All right. Have you gone
Talks
after
about
the
doing an
Bournemouth
EPL
manager?
show that doesn't have a clue the managers. There you go. Shocking.
I had no idea who the guy was. And can I just say, if Aldo's watching, Aldo, email me your details, buddy, and we'll sort out that travel mug. All right. As I say, through gritty teeth, because it's probably going to be Martin. But yeah. Gaz, channel member, super chat, thank you very much, Gaz. When is all this nonsense, Alex, going to stop? I just wish they would announce Ancelotti and put us at ease. It's getting ridiculous now.
I mean, it doesn't look like there's an end in sight, in all honesty, guys. Sorry to say it. If they're doing more interviews with both fellas, then you don't have a clue. Listen, guys is obviously wanting Ancelotti. A lot of fans do. We saw that poll that we were talking about on Twitter where it was, 70%, 75% was Ancelotti. So the fans obviously want him, but if the fact that they've interviewed Russell Martin on a few occasions now, he might not be the man they want in Ancelotti. Yes, he's still been interviewed. But I would say this week, I think Friday would be a good bet, but we could, because they said coming days, but we could be talking next week. I don't think they're going to let it go as long as that, with the players coming back very, very soon. They'll want to at least have a manager in before the players get back, but you just don't know when they're actually going to get him in, because if the speculation could be that he comes in later on today. We don't know. Do you know, if they're doing more interviews, it might be that they're still trying to hash out more details. I just hope that it is this week, so that we can at least start building this team up, rather than going, well, we've still not got a manager to actually get the players in.
Mr. Marshall, remember Company relegated Burnley and then won the league with Bayern? We have to trust the new custodians. Yeah, it's a completely different world going to manage Bayern Munich. Who have got the financial superiority and 9 times out of 10 won the league. If Vincent Kompany had went to Arsenal, would he have won the league? If he went to Liverpool, would he have won the league? If he went to Dortmund, would he have won the league? I highly doubt it.
Well, he didn't win it in the first season, though, did he? Because Bayer Leverkusen went invincible in their first season,
yes,
and then they won it in the second season.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I don't really know how much. And that's Areola and Company that have been mentioned for absolutely no reason. Absolutely no reason. But there we go. Demi, I hate to bring this name up, I really do, and I'm going to apologise. Stephen Naismith.
Oh.
Yes. I don't know why I went on Jeremy Clarkson there. Yes. Has been rumoured, and I didn't want to bring this up, but he's been on Sky Sports, so I kind of have to. Has been rumoured as he would be part of Russell Martin's coaching staff. No, please. No, please, thank you. I don't want him anywhere near the football club. Just my own personal opinion. Everybody's got theirs. But he was also on Sky Sports talking to his best pal, Gordon Duncan. And he was saying that of all the people that have been interviewed for the job or looked at for the job or whatever, Russell Martin ticks the most boxes. Is that right?
Yeah, so I did see that this morning. It's I don't understand how people can say, who ticks the most boxes, because, and I've said it before, and I think it was the point that Dad was trying to make a minute ago. You don't know how someone's going to be in a new league. Like, if they've not been there, you can't say, oh, he ticks most boxes, because being in England is absolutely completely different to being in Scotland. Scotland and Spain, it's night and day. So I don't understand, how anyone can say that, certain managers tick certain boxes, because if you've not seen them manage in Scotland, you don't know what boxes that they tick up here. So, I wish people would kind of stop saying that, because...
There, I just ticked a box. It's dead easy.
That's one more than Stephen Naismith.
Sorry, Demi, carry on. I was just getting
it's
angry.
Okay. So yeah, I don't get how people can say, that managers who have never managed in Scotland tick the most boxes when it's an entirely different style of play than any other league. It's I don't understand it at all. So I don't know how he can be saying that he ticks the most boxes because we've not seen him play in a league like Scotland. So I just don't really understand it, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm totally with you, Alex. Stephen Naismith back at Ibrox.
No. Next, just no. Like, he got sacked at Hearts after an abysmal season with Hearts. They failed to make top six. Now, a lot of influence was for him. I think they sacked him too late. But to then say that he should be back in an assistant, whatever, background staff job at Ibrox is just absolutely no. There should be no way he should be anywhere near the club. So for me, just no. I don't think he should be anywhere near Rangers, Ibrox, whatever. I think he's just trying to get himself a bit more relevancy, talking to his best mate and getting himself on Sky Sports. Because if he's going to be anywhere near it, you know for a fact none of the fans will take to him at all. And I think if he's part of Russell Martin's background staff, that's just going to add fuel to the fire for Rangers fans to want Martin sacked quicker than he actually got the job. And I think that'll be a detriment to his tenure.
I asked Demi about this in the morning rabble, Alex, so I'll ask you, did you see Czerny's interview?
I've not seen it, no.
What are you doing on the afternoon rabble if you haven't seen Czerny's interview?
I've not been in all day. I've just come back in, seen your message. I was like, cool. What? Where is it?
You can't just go away and start reading it now, Alex. Come on, play the game. I'm stalling because I'm trying to remember exactly what he said, right? But it was basically along the lines of, I'll not be back.
Right.
I loved my time at Rangers. He doesn't really know what the future holds for him. As far as he's concerned right now, he's a Wolfsburg player. But the talk, the chat, I don't know how accurate or how true it is, Alex. But the talk in the chat is 9 million for Václav Černý.
As a club, I'd be paying that straight away.
You would pay that?
I'll go pay it now. Wait till I get the money out, right? I'll go pay it. But I think Rangers should be getting Václav Černý back to Rangers next season. If he's saying he's no coming back, whether he doesn't want to come back or he sees his career going in a different direction, going to a different country, then fair enough. But for Václav Černý, this is his best season of his whole career. Was at Rangers. He had more goals and assists than he has anywhere else. So if Wolfsburg are willing to sell him, which they are, they want him off his books, they want him to be sold. I don't see why Rangers wouldn't be a viable destination for somewhere like Černý. Obviously, we'd be buying him and then looking to probably move him on after a season or two. But I think at 9 million, well, we're going to pay 7. So why would we not pay 9? Everybody was happy when the figure was 7 or 8. So why would we not be paying 9 million?
Demi, I'll let you answer that question. Why would we not pay 9 million for Václav Černý?
I mean, look, like I said this morning, he's a player that if we, like I said, he'll score you a goal even if he's having the worst game of his life. He'll still score you a goal if he's on the park. But we're in the situation now where we can't afford to be spending £9 million on a player. And yes, the 49ers have come in and said, here's money, go and buy players. It's not so much, I don't think, about spending millions of pounds. It's about getting the right. And I'm not saying Czerny's not the right player, but we're not going to spend £9 million on one player. When there's other clubs in Scotland who are, maybe 1-2 million max, and they're finding absolute gems. I mean, for example, Aberdeen a couple of seasons ago, what did they pay for that Duke? It wasn't a lot of money. Same as Majowski, scored them hundreds of goals. We seem to be spending, millions of pounds on players who just don't work out for us or we never see them. Now, I'm not saying Czerny's not the right player, but we're not going to spend £9 million on a player. We've got to be looking at the sort of hidden diamonds who are going for a lot less money.
Alex, you're getting absolutely slammed in the comments, my friend.
Well, I'll just throw it back. The fact we're paying half of that for Oscar Cortez, who played, 3 games over 2 seasons. So we've got to pay £4.5 million for Oscar Cortez. Černý gave us that back in abundance for double the price. I would be well paying the 9 million for Václav Černý. I get your point, Demi, when you're saying that we probably have to look for gems, but I do think that 9 million for what we could get from Václav Černý if he's got quality around him. He didn't have quality all season, and he still popped up being our second top goal scorer of the league. I would 100% go and pay that for Václav Černý. Now, there is other players out there that we could probably get who are quality. Obviously, we're getting Lyle Cameron in on a free. well, we could go and get other players there that could do a job as well. I just think if we're wanting to be a bit ambitious and actually start challenging for a league title, Václav Černy's a man that could well fit back into our squad, no bother. He's a known entity. We're not having to go pay for somebody who gets injured after 3 games and doesn't play for another year and a half. So for me, I would go and buy Václav Černy.
See, to be honest, Alex, right? Genuine question, all joking aside. Even though we've got new rich owners and that's fantastic and that's great, do you honestly see us to being a club now who will go out and spend £9-10 million on one player?
This season, no. Next season, probably not. No. I think, see if we're getting consistent Champions League football, and it has to be Champions League, not Europa League. See if we're getting consistent Champions League football, I think then you'll start seeing that we're actually going to spend that money on players. I think that we have to be bringing in a good amount of money. Now, we will get good money from Europa League, but look at the difference in purse pot that we got from where we got in Europa League to what you get just for getting to the qualifiers. I was talking about it on the EPL show last night. So Bratislava, who finished rock bottom of the Champions League on no wins, no draws, 8 losses, got more than Chelsea got for winning the Conference League. It's just the prize money is ridiculous. So for us to be a club where we're going to spend that on one player, we'll have to be in the latter stages or even get into consistent Champions League to be able to go and get that money.
Yeah, I know. It's the Champions League. That's a big one. And that's the worry, Demi. It's, we want to be in the Champions League as soon as humanly possible, just for the financial reward of it. The way it's restructured now makes it slightly easier to get at least into the playoffs. Or at least it should be for a club of our size and now financial backing. I think when we get into the Champions League, we should be aiming for at least a playoff spot, regardless of how low down or middle or whatever that is. Do you think that's an issue as well that's frustrating the supporters, that we want a manager in now, we want players signed now, we want players out now, because the Champions League qualifiers are literally a month and a bit away?
Yeah, look, I mean, it's a joke that it's so close, and we're going to be, if this manager comes in, even if it's on Friday, he's then going to start signing players, and then they've got maybe 2-3 weeks, and by the way, you're away to go and play a Champions League qualifier in Spain next week. Like, it's not giving them enough time to sort of gel together, because even, okay, I know the window's only open for the Club World Cup and then it closes again, but if we actually have a manager appointed, you can at least start looking at the players he wants, and then when when it opens, he can go to the club and say, look, as we've discussed, I want these players. But at the minute, none of them can look because nobody knows who the manager is going to be. So yeah, it's important in terms of sort of Champions League qualifiers, and obviously, yes, I know we need the money for it, but controversially, first and foremost, we need to get our league campaign sorted before we can even worry. Because okay, we're having, whether it be Champions League or Europa, we're going on long runs in Europe. Okay, but we're not winning it. And yeah, obviously you get money for it, but we're not winning a trophy. So first and foremost, we need to sort out the league and start lifting trophies again before, and I know to do that you have to be in the Champions League, but I just think first and foremost we need to, start thinking seriously of players who can help win us the league.
No, 100% agree with you. Can I just ask everybody watching on YouTube, if you can give us a like and subscribe to the show as well, and maybe share it. If you're watching on Kick, hello to that one person on Kick, how you doing? If you could make sure you're following and give it a share, and of course on Twitter as well, retweet, like, and comment and stuff like that as well. I'll just finish up on this, Alex, because I think that's an absolutely brilliant point for Demi about the Club World Cup transfer window.
Mm-hmm.
We can start when that, because like I said, it's open for a very, very short period of time. Even if we don't sign anybody in that window, which I'm hoping that we do, but even if we don't, is it more imperative that we at least get 2, maybe 3 out the door during that small window so that we can start looking at what budgets we've got?
100%. There's players there that we know for a fact that aren't going to be at the club next season. See if we can start getting them out, getting them offloaded, get the wages offloaded, and then start looking at players to come in. As Demi's saying, we might not get anybody in, but we need to be looking. But see if we can get the likes of Rabbi Matondo, your Ben Davies, your Kieran Dibble, your Cifuentes, get them off the books now, because a lot of these players want to go.
Never said Scott Wright.
Did he not go on a
Scott Wright.
permanent?
Did he?
Yeah, I think so.
I think he went on a permanent. I think Scott Wright went on a permanent. I think it was just that they loaned Dowell and Davies, but he actually went on a permanent. But I just think these boys need to be looked at away just now and go, because the clubs obviously want them. Birmingham wanted the two boys on a package. Cifuentes doesn't want to come back. He obviously wants to go somewhere else. So I think it's going to be massive that we get them away now and start looking, because there's obviously players that are out of contract in the summer. They're out of contract 1st of June. So why are we not looking at them already? There's players here that we can definitely be looking at to get in, but we can't be doing that, as Demi said, until we've got a new manager.
Oh, look, I'm Alex. I know all the transfer business. Oh no. I knew he was away in a permanent. I could have just ignored it and let Martin have his wee 5 minutes of happiness. But no. I'm Alex. Listen, folks, thank you very much for tuning in to the show today. Please do, whatever you're watching on, like, share, subscribe. Check out our socials, the links for which are in the description. If you want to help the show out a little bit more, then you can become a member either on YouTube or Patreon, or if you're a multi-millionaire, both. Why not? Links for that's also in the description. Check out our shop as well. Help support the pod. We bring you daily shows on Rangers and loads more, actually. It's called The Rabble, right? So I'm just pre-warning you. It's called The Rabble. But when Alex is on, when Alex is on, when Demi's on, we do have serious chat. And when Alex is on, obviously, as you heard from the last half an hour, it's just a big laugh and a joke to him, to be honest with you.
Every day, mate.
Alex, thank you very much.
No worries, mate. Cheers.
Demi, thank you.
Thank you, see you later.
Tim, don't start asking questions when I'm doing the outro. Come on, Tim. Did the new owners appoint Patrick Stewart? I don't know. Discuss that tomorrow. I'll ask David Edgar tonight. I'm back with Edgar tonight at 7 o'clock. Right here on YouTube, Kick, and Twitter as well. So make sure you tune into that. Alex, Demi, thank you very much. Thank you to everybody for tuning in. And we shall speak very, very soon.